needed a little bit of change in my life, you know, and it was forced change, so I kind of like it.
Change how so? You needed like a little bit of chaos?
Well, I moved out of my house. I got a new job, so you know, change with those. And yeah, I like the chaos, bro. I actually do.
There's something very animalistic about it. Like we just like it's just the fact that we gotta solve problems, you know. There's something about solving problems that's just like just keep doing this shit.
Yeah, my life was getting a little too mundane, you know, too much routine. I had like,
I know that you've definitely incorporated a lot of routine in your life, in your mornings. I've tried to do the same as well.
morning was important.
Yeah, I
what I
agree.
think.
I agree 100%. And honestly, this job that I've had, like where I gotta wake up at 4 a.m. has been a bitch, bro. Because I don't get to like, my mornings used to be like my ritual. Almost,
Yeah.
And so now I don't have that anymore. But so back to what I was like, the main point I was trying to get is that, I found myself like really trying to like do these rituals almost or like stick to certain things.
Yeah.
And I can't do it long term.
Really?
Bro. Yeah, like you know how like I'm gonna start running like every morning, but then after like 3-4 months, you're just like, I don't know if I want to do this shit no more. Has it been like similar for you? Or?
Yeah, it's definitely. I feel like it's because like you go a week doing something and you're like, damn, I'm getting good at it. Maybe I can take a day off.
That's what it is.
It is, bro.
Maybe we get
You're like, damn, I've been doing this shit for 3 months. Like I'm straight right now. I can take a week off, and then after that week, it's hard to like.
really like.
It's hard to see why you need it again. You know what I mean? But yeah, it definitely. Like with my whole morning routine, I started that shit like 3 years ago, and it's been, you know, a couple months where I'll go without it. But it's really just like the main things: reading, writing, and stretching for me. Those three things, like I can't go without in my day almost. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like a spiritual practice.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
I think a lot of us need that way more just for cortisol levels, bro, like stress levels. A lot of us just wake the fuck up and like go.
Yeah.
We don't think about like stretching. Actually, that's really good, bro. How long you been stretching?
About 3 years.
And how long will you stretch for?
Just until you feel good. Cause you wake up and your body, you ever feel tight and you're like, damn,
Especially you feel good,
bro,
that's fire.
Yeah, like you wake up and you're like, damn, I'm tight. Like that's what I do. I wake up, I'm like, damn, like something's tight back here. I'll do a couple back stretches, you know, but it's not like no 20 minutes and stop. It's just do a couple stretches, loosen yourself up. You know what's also good, bro? Jumping jack.
Yeah.
Such a weird thing. Yeah, like when I wake up and I feel like groggy, bro, I just do a couple jumping jacks.
Gets the blood,
bro. It gets you going for real. Like, and you don't have to go out and sweat. You know what I'm saying? Like a quick little workout at home.
How has it helped your creative process?
What?
The morning ritual, or maybe just like routine, I guess. Like how has it helped you?
I don't know. Or aid it. It definitely helps me being more planned out because I'll take some time in the morning to go over like what I have going on. Like, okay, I got 3 songs right now. So it's nice to just take time and think about that shit, especially in the morning too, before you have too much going on, you know. But I would say it's helped my creative process. Can't tell you how, but definitely had, you know.
Did you were your mornings like structured in a similar way when you were growing up?
No.
Tell me about that. How were like growing up?
I was a kid where like I would wake up and then go back to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like my brother's in the car, he's ready, so I'm still sleeping. Like, all right,
And
now
you have an
it's time
older
to go.
brother, right?
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, he would
That's
leave
how
you.
I was.
Would he leave you?
No. Like he'd wait for me when we went to the same school, you know. But
Yeah.
I just remember like I would always just be asleep. Like I wasn't ready until high school, really.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
because I had to wake up to smoke before high school.
That's when you started smoking.
Yeah, high school in the middle school, but
What made you get into it? I feel like
smoking.
yeah, everybody's a little different. Like we just pick it up because we see it. Some of us pick it up because like
Definitely just my friends, like,
right.
everybody was smoking and you got high. But I didn't like know until I was like 20, like that I actually liked smoking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was just something I did and then
As a social thing.
nah, not even social, just routine really.
Yeah.
Like I just won't smoke. But then you take a break and you're like, all right. Life is weird, bro. I was thinking about it the other day, I'm like, I like smoking weed. It makes my days better.
I
like,
think about that sometimes too when I do smoke.
yeah. I can go without smoking, but why?
For me, it's like, can I like, I don't know, when I'm not smoking for very long periods of time,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I tell myself, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like, but is that,
I feel you,
but is that
bro.
subjective? You know, like, or is it just, I don't really, you know?
I would say it's like more hypocritical when you're not smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be like, oh, I need to smoke to like have some fun. But that's how I am. Like I'll go to record some music and I'm like, let me smoke real quick. Like,
And it'll do
like
the
it.
job.
Yeah, I can make music without it, but why?
What got you into music? I feel like I've never asked you that. I don't think that we've ever had that conversation.
No, I don't know. 'Cause when I was younger, I used to like listen to the radio. Then I would like make my own ad lib.
While you were listening?
Yeah, like even if it was like a pop song, like a Miley Cyrus song, I'd like, where there's a space at, I'd keep going like, almost. It's weird. I always thought about it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, right?
Bro, kids are so creative.
Dude, I know. They are.
It's so funny you say that because when I was a kid, I would watch like Disney shows,
Yeah,
and I'd be like, how the fuck do they cut that up?
yeah.
And so like I'd be watching a scene, and I'd think like, I want the next. I would be like, the next scene should cut to like this angle.
Okay, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so similar. Like we get so creative,
Like,
dude.
Yeah, bro. That's weird. That's actually so weird because there's also this other thing I do where I feel like I know like the lyrics or like what's coming up next. So like, that's the same thing with you, but visually,
Yeah.
because you
But
hear
you get it on.
you hear it, and you're like, okay, there's this rhythm, like you know what's coming next.
Yes,
Like
Yeah.
if you can rhyme or if you can go with the flow.
I agree.
So that's weird that you say that.
Yeah,
Because I can listen to a song right now if I never heard it, and I could tell you how the vibe's going. Like I could listen to half the song and then probably like keep going with it almost. You know what I'm saying? Like on rhythm, on tune at
It's
least.
just like a second, like another sense that we just like develop over time. Rick Rubin really talks about it a lot, where it's like, it comes from a source.
Really?
It comes from a source. Like, in a lot of the time, we'll get creative ideas that really do come from a source or somewhere, whether it's like spiritual or not, you
Yeah.
say. And if we don't capitalize on the idea, somebody else will do it. Because
Yeah.
the source will like essentially like be like, damn, bro, like you really just lost this opportunity.
It has to come to light somehow.
It has to come to light. And I've had those experiences where I've had ideas and like I have to do them because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, somebody else.
You got to get it out. Yeah.
Even with this, like I knew somebody
Mhm.
eventually was gonna start doing some shit like that, like this. And I'm sure some
Well,
other people will.
That's natural, bro. It's like we're all connected, and like you said, somebody's gonna do it eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna happen eventually.
I agree. Do you think it's been like an escape or more of a hobby?
Definitely a hobby, man. But at times it's an escape.
What do you
For me-
think is an escape then? And like, what have you like? I feel like we all have different things that we use to escape a little bit.
A lot of things for me, bro, honestly. Golfing, skateboarding, getting behind the lens every once in a while, you know? Shit like that.
Just creating, basically.
Yeah.
Keep staying.
Creating in other ways for sure.
What do you think has inspired you the most since you were a kid? Not in your 20s or your teens, like anybody that you're like, damn, like I really have been watching these fishes for a while, and they've kind of almost
My
shaped me.
godbrother,
Okay, tell me about that.
he went to the NFL. He was always like, when you were younger, like, you see one person and you think like he's going places, you know? Like, you know it, like, he's successful in whatever he's doing. That's how my friend Mikey is. Like, you see him skateboarding and you're like, you're just so natural to him. It's so, like, you know he's going to be big. And it's also, like, where he came from, it was so inspiring to see that, like, he could actually make it from, like, virtually nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely who's been there
For a lot of the,
for a lot, yeah. Ever since I can remember, really, like, 5 years old, 6 years old. Ever since I had a consciousness, really, like,
wow.
I
Damn.
think, yeah.
And you still keep in contact?
Yeah.
That's-
Hell yeah. That's why I got this number 7 on my hand. The reward number 7.
That's crazy. I never asked you about it. It's one of your like toughest tattoos.
You like it? Hell yeah.
Really, it's a really cool.
I like tattoos that are like abnormal, like they're almost like wild, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like my sleeve is normal.
Interesting.
To me, at least, you know, it's normal placement. Like, this was just so random. I was like, that just sticks out. Like,
Yeah.
it's so weird and random, you know?
Did your parents say anything about that? That's a
Nah.
crazy ass placement.
Nah, yeah. My mom has a neck tattoo, so she can't say anything. She can't say nothing about tats.
You cool with your parents still? Like,
Yeah.
really, really tight?
I have a really good relationship with my mom, I would say. That's probably like my best friend at the end of the day.
Yeah.
For sure.
How about your pops?
My pops is weird, but
It's a different story.
it's a different relationship for sure, yeah.
Do you still live with him, or?
Yeah, at the time, right now, yeah. Because I had to move back in with my parents due to the storm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 'cause you read the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like the most like American dream like relationship, I guess.
I would say so, yeah. From an outside perspective.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't felt any like turbulence, I would say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no trauma or weird shit. I had a great childhood, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate my parents.
Yeah.
So,
It wasn't like super like rocky or
nah,
turbulent, I guess you could say.
it was smooth.
Some of us have the blessing to definitely like experience that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a thing.
Because I don't even think about it, you know what I'm saying? Some people think about their childhood and their, like, life.
It affects, if not only think about, but it affects us in our daily decision making and like how we like to our relationships, whether they're friendships or intimate.
Do you think, like, having a good childhood is a positive or a negative for creating? So that's something that I've always
Wow, what a phenomenal question, bro. Holy shit. I think whether you have a great childhood or not, you still face adversity, and that adversity directly translates not into trauma,
Mm-hmm.
but it translates into your nervous system. Let's say
It translates into something,
into
for
something.
sure.
And
Feeling.
I really do believe that the nervous system picks up and like it stores things.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I went through some shit when I was like, let's say I have, you know, financially like stable parents and like they're emotionally intelligent,
Yeah.
socially intelligent,
Uh-huh.
they've raised me in a great way. Maybe I went through some shit at school that really fucked with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I never like talked to my parents about it
Mm-hmm.
because maybe they were just a bit too like a little bit too busy with
Yeah,
like
yeah.
keeping me afloat.
Yeah. Keeping a roof over your head.
And you know, maybe some shit happened at school or like somewhere else that like that
Mhm.
could directly affect like what I create or how I see the world, you know.
Mhm.
For me, it's like you are what you create. That's really like the biggest like
Yeah.
thing that I kind of live by. And your experience of life and adversity is what ends up being that creation, you know.
That's so nice because if you look at, like, your art, my art, Brandon's art, and you look at our upbringing, it's almost a direct fucking, it's a reflection
Wow,
of it,
yeah.
bro.
I would
Like,
agree.
thinking, like, seeing that shit out loud, saying that out loud,
I agree.
it's actually, like, so parallel. It's weird as fuck.
Yeah, there's just a direct correlation with like the upbringing part of the time, like,
I mean, it is a big part of your life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, especially the teen time, like for me, were massive, bro. I was thinking about that on the drive here about how I've been doing this shit for so long. You have too,
Yeah.
and we always talk about how like we really do it for fun, we
Yeah.
do it for views, and
Fuck, bro. If you do it for a long enough time without this, I actually I want to chop this up with you. So, what's your definition of success right
I
now?
have it. I love that you asked me that question.
You read the book, didn't you?
You fucker.
Come on, bro.
I always have
on,
I always have the answer to that question ready.
Hell
bro.
yeah.
Like, success
Me
has
too.
nothing to do with variables outside of yourself.
With monetary,
With monetary, physical, absolutely nothing. I think
Uh-huh.
that, and honestly, bro, ever since I read that book at a really important time in my life. I was having this conversation with Brandon. It's like I was freelancing and I was freelancing irresponsibly, and I didn't want to do a 9 to 5, bro. I
Yeah.
refused. I refused to do it because I was like, that's not success.
yeah.
And when I started doing a regular job while doing the video stuff on the side, like I really, like, damn, like it's true. Like another thing that he says in the book is like the same work that feeds your stomach doesn't have to feed the same work that feeds your soul. You know?
Yeah.
So you learn that too.
It's two opposite things.
It's two very opposite. And you could do both, and
Yeah.
life is long enough to do both, bro.
I mean, it's essential.
It is.
I used to, so my old job was seasonal.
Mhm.
I would probably work 8 months out of the year. But then those next 4 months, I wouldn't work, and I would just take creative time.
That's
But like
awesome.
at the end of that 4 months, I was almost itching to get out there and do something. Like I almost missed working.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Like
Yes.
I'm
don't
like,
think
this
it
has
is weird.
this has nothing to do with creative or like, but like it's something I need to do. Like I'm bored. You know what I mean?
I think that us, especially as males, for some reason we just need the work sometimes, bro. Like
Yeah.
for
You need
me,
to get your hands dirty
it's
a little bit.
a learning experience, not only like from a perspective side,
Yeah.
like what success is, like
Mhm.
dealing with people on a normal basis, with their characters, with the way that they can be sneaky or
Mhm.
passive aggressive or nice.
Yeah.
I have learned to be very empathetic of people and understand where they come from, or like if somebody comes at me in a negative way at work, like I understand how to react and like why they might react that way.
Mhm.
I don't know, like it's taught me a lot about life and about the real world and like what real world situations you're gonna get in.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's been really weird. Like, yeah, the definition of success has always changed for me. Before it was completely different.
Yeah, me too.
You need a penthouse and fucking
Yeah,
Miami
exactly.
with
Yeah,
Lambos
yeah.
and- That's just not the case for me. And
That's so it's almost like an immature way of thinking, I feel like. You know?
it's not even, yeah, it's immature, but it's also just like degenerate almost.
It's like very influenced by other people too, you know what I mean? By this like society like brings you up. If you don't have a house and some kids in a car, in a boat or whatever it is,
it does bring you
job, a
closer.
career.
I would say for me, it's brought a lot of closure, understanding like, again, like what this success really is. And
Yeah.
I've really come to understand that a lot of guys or girls, females, males, believe that are our age and end up with a lot of wealth. Let's say like they're 20 and they end up with like 100K because they
Yeah.
started like an agency or some crazy shit. We might really see it from an outside perspective how successful they are.
Yeah.
But the matter of the fact is, bro, people have so much emotional shit that they have not resolved.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of corny to almost mention and talk about it because you hear it a lot, like coming up, like, oh, like money doesn't like do everything for you, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that, like, especially in our age, like where we constantly compare ourselves to that person, it's like, bro, that person is probably crying in that like apartment.
That reminds me of like a video game character. Like if it's a basketball player, he's got 100 dunking or whatever, but you might have 25 like emotional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you might have a 99 finance,
Yeah, but
but you can't talk to people.
you talking about attributes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's how it is in life. I feel like
very true.
you have to like work on those things, like your mental health, your relationship with the people around you, your finances, it all like.
And what really has brought the closure for me is that now that I have learned a lot about those things that you just mentioned,
Mhm.
I'm like, damn, if I grabbed a lot of money 2 years ago,
Yeah,
I would have been fucked
you would
because I didn't know anything and I thought I knew everything.
You would have been way less happy than you are now.
Way less.
And think about you didn't even think that was an option 2 years ago. You just thought like it's either success, the wrong success, or it's nothing. And now you're here. You're still alive.
Respect this, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, perspective is key. Very true.
You think eventually, you think you want to do this music shit long term? Or you just want to create long term?
Yeah, music for me like is just my main focus on creative right now. Ever since I was younger, I've always created, so I can't like think of a life without creation. But as long as I'm healthy enough to make music, I don't see why not. You know what I mean?
I feel the same way about like some I don't know if I'll do it forever, especially the more I like step into business and shit. I'm like, do I want to do this shit forever? But again, it's like, then like I'll go 6 months without filming.
Bro,
And I'm like itching for that shit
Bro,
because it's
yeah.
work. At the end of the day, it's creating, but it's work. Like it's an art form that you just learn to develop over time. So I don't know.
No, yeah, I don't think I could live without her for sure.
Do you do you ever switch up the recording process when you record?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's been some interesting shit that you've done?
I'll record on BandLab. With the homies sometimes. I'll just get like a word or like a saying, like a phrase. I'm like, that has to be put into a song, you know what I'm saying?
That's so cool. Okay.
But other than that, it's really just raw dogging it. I have a very raw process that's just simple.
Have you experienced where like maybe you sit down sometimes with like nothing, and like the more you start like creating, the more ideas you like start like to like emerge, I guess.
Yeah.
Like almost like you start making accidents and you're like, damn,
Yeah.
that's actually kind of tough.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll start a song and like I'll get halfway through it and I'm like, I don't even like it. Then I'll go to like start a new song and I'm like, why don't I make a shitty song?
Right.
Why don't I make something I don't like?
Exactly.
And I'll literally fall in love with it. It's so weird.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's so dope.
Like, it's so weird.
Art is subjective. We don't have to fucking feel like,
No.
oh, this is perfect. Like, it's not going to be perfect for everybody on earth, bro. That's why it's so important to always put it out, too. I'm very big on, like, just being able to put
Yeah.
the music out because it's a direct reflection of you, how you see the world.
Mm-hmm.
While you stream, like, for
Real shit.
I don't know. That's why I was asking. I got a couple more questions. I had in mind. How has the beach life really? It's so interesting because I think you're one of the few homies I have that really has grown up on the beach out here.
Really?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wonder how has that informed your belief system almost? It's such a laid back style of living.
Dude, yeah.
It's amazing. Truly, I'm almost jealous.
Yeah.
And I kind of know about it because I do have some family in Puerto Rico. They live on the coast. So, but Florida, you know, like, how's it been on it?
Like, to be cliche as possible and to sound as corny as possible, like, it's so spiritual for me, bro. Because there's been so many times where I'll just come out to the beach by myself at night, 10 a.m. till, you know what I mean, midnight, whenever the time is. Bro, and if you just look out into the fucking sky, like, with the beach, I don't know, there's just something about it. It's honestly inexplainable. You're like,
It's unexplainable.
I can't explain it, yeah.
The last 2 times I've been to Miami, I've been going with a group that they got a lot of work down there. And both times, after a long ass day of work, they have driven me to a beach at nighttime. And I had never experienced it. So now that you're explaining it, I'm like, damn, bro, like, that's really like such an intimate experience that you was like can just connect to. Like, yeah, bro, you could just walk onto a beach and just ponder.
It's slow. It's nice to slow down.
Slow.
It's nice to slow down. That's how
We don't get that shit out of the city, man. I'll tell you.
Nah. Where we live, Pinellas County, me and Brandon, is like one of the most populated cities in Florida. I think it is the most populated city in Florida. Not a city, but whatever. A county, I think. A county. And it's weird, yeah, bro. Like, nice to just not see nobody and just be like one with nature, like as corny as it sounds.
More than that, it's like I love I feel like you build a belief system. No, you don't have to like do a bunch of shit all at the same time. You don't have to, again, like the cortisol levels are not always crazy. You know, like how like you might walk in New York, say hi, like good morning to someone, they'll be like, "Fuck you, fuck off." Like you don't feel that.
The beach makes me think, no matter what, everything will be straight. Did you come out here
And you realize,
and you look and you see it and you're like, as long as I have this, what's there to be sad about? Like, this is so beautiful, you know?
so that's very. I'm jealous, bro.
Bro, you can go to the beach whenever you want. Come on now.
You're right. It's 2 hours away.
That's all I'm saying.
Shoot. Definitely gotta.
Whenever you're feeling a little worked up, you know?
Let's start considering that. Yeah, you're right. We got a little lake at Claremont.
Yeah.
But
You can probably make do with that, no?
maybe. Yeah, you're right.
Perspective, get you a little canoe, bro, and just go out there in the middle and you're right, be by yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to like not like do shit like that sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
Man, like
I feel you. Nah, isolation is huge.
yeah, I agree.
We go for a lot of walks, no?
The runs,
Runs?
okay, that really keeps me like in line. Just cause like not even like during the run I'll be thinking, but maybe after.
Yeah.
I'm like
Mm-hmm.
I have some time to sit down
Yeah.
like under a tree or like at a trail.
Sure, you get gas and you just stop for a little quick break.
Yeah, you know, like stop and like really admire shit. But it's been really difficult recently, like to just like ponder about things and like I said, like we were at the beach the other day, and I was trying to like have a moment to myself, and just like be thankful.
Yeah.
And it was hard, bro. Like it's hard to just stop and like really admire shit.
Well, that's okay, bro. It's okay. It's for it to be hard sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
how
learning
like
curve.
that's how emotions are, bro. Like I was thinking about it the other day. I used to think about somebody in my life when I was like in a bad mood to get me more sad. And now I don't feel nothing about that person. And I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, well, don't make me sad no more. Like that emotion has passed.
Just ups and downs, bro.
Yeah.
Some learning for.
Mm-hmm. But I feel you. I'll go on walks sometimes with
We forget we have free will. I forget I have free will.
Yeah, you do.
Go ahead, but
It's like I'll go on walk with an intention, and then I'll come back and I feel like that intention wasn't like solved or like
yeah,
in a way, but it's like
and that fucks with me.
nah, it doesn't. It used to, but now it's like, okay, well maybe I'm not supposed to solve that right now. You know what I mean?
Wow, it's an acceptance.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. I gotta start doing more shit like that. Just free will stuff. Like, I'm gonna go do this like this, you know? I don't know. Cortisol and like just again, like the rush of life, man. I think social media has a lot to do with it. Like, it's so much more convenient to just sit in your room and get dopamine that way than like get dopamine 20 minutes after a walk.
Yeah, for sure. Way more convenient. That's why they do it to us.
You think we'll go back to like lifestyles like this? You think that we'll
I don't know, bro. I actually don't know. Because there's a lot of like, with social media, you see a lot of like new ways of life, new like ways of thinking. And you're like, you're happy for it because it's like, okay, at least there is a couple people out there that are like trying to remain with the old ways and better ways at least.
So you tell yourself, I don't gotta do it?
What do you mean, gotta do what?
So like if you see people that are like the average person sees people that are like doing nature stuff and they're like, I'm not going to do that shit because other people are doing it. So I'm gonna just like live.
No, I mean it like it's nice to see people like it's almost like growing again, like you said, like when we get back to that.
Exactly. Okay.
But I don't know. I think there's just a new way of life, bro. You know what I mean?
Then we gotta just accept that.
I think so. Yeah, times have changed. I think so.
Yeah,
it's always gonna change.
It's hard to accept because then our kids are gonna have to live in that world.
Like, okay, this is how I answer your question. If we got wiped out by dinosaurs again and we had to restart, I think it would go back to that.
Damn,
but that's what I think it would
take.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I think
that's fair. That's fair. Hopefully we'll get back to that.
Yeah. Day
More
by
divine
day.
Way of living.
Yeah, day by day, step by step.
Well, bro, I'm gonna wrap it up here. We probably ran it for like 25 minutes. So I appreciate you deeply for a really ass conversation we had. Some talks about family and creative processes and honest perspective. I love having conversations with you about perspective in life. Like philosophical like conversations are always so good with you. Like today I definitely took away like I gotta like step away from like the routine that I have more often and just have free will and do shit by my loneliness sometimes, you know?
And it's okay for shit to not make sense. Like that's what I love to like tell people because sometimes I can feel like the vibe of people trying to figure it out. Like, just chill. You don't have to figure it out so much, you know? It'll work itself out.
Peaceful, like, look at life. It's so interesting, bro. It's not often you see that shit.
Well, my mind isn't peaceful, like, you know what I'm saying? My perspective is.
Yeah.
And I hope to get there one day where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That I can just spew fucking peacefulness. But we working on it day by day, you know?